Since the first dawn of civilization, Hindus from every walk of life have followed the sacrament of open-air cremation. It is the most profound and mystical of all 16 Hindu sacraments that pierces the fabric between man and God. At the heart of this sacrament is Agni, invoked in daily worship as the Lord of consecrated fire and a prism of divine energy, connecting heaven and earth. And by sacrificing one's body to Agni after death, mortal man becomes immortal. Unlike man-made fire, Agni's divine energy is invoked from the echo of intricate mantras amidst the fusion of wood, fire, and ritually pure offerings. Rather than destroy human remains, Agni purifies and liberates the soul to rise amongst the flames and weave towards the heavens. Propelled by Agni, the soul soars amongst the celestial winds, growing bigger than the stars and all the skies, finally resting in Pitri-Loka, the land of gods and forefathers. The great rishis enshrined this ritual science in the Rig Veda to ensure souls fulfill their spiritual destinies, but warned that without these past rites, souls would linger on earth, shackled in a grotesque form of solitude and torment. Hence, Hindu last rites became a sacred debt of immense responsibility, integral to the very process of life, death, and rebirth. "70% of Britons today prefer cremation, but when it was first proposed over a century ago, many recoiled in shock and horror. Literary giants and freethinkers challenged these prejudices, and in 1894, Small Boy's funeral changed the cultural landscape forever, when Dr. William Price provoked outcry and prosecution by naturally cremating his son in Wales. Justice Stephen later ruled that Dr. Price had a fundamental right to perform the cremation. It had caused no public harm or nuisance, and Dr. Price was under no obligation to follow conventional mainstream funeral. First purpose-built crematorium opened soon after, despite very little public demand. Eventually, however, cremation became the funeral of choice for British royalty, prime ministers, and even archbishops. Cremation Act was passed in 1902, but still allowed the Home Office to arrange a funeral pyre for Nepalese royalty, and again Hindus and Sikhs serving in the British Army. However, bureaucratic cremation authorities have since contrived to deny families their legal right to natural cremation, and compelled one man to confront the same prejudices Dr. Price overcame a century ago.
Funeral pyre.
A funeral pyre.
As a champion of freedom of choice and fundamental human rights, his campaign has attracted worldwide attention and launched the most publicised judicial review in British legal history.
This is our religious right. This is our birthright.
Baba Guy is an Amnesty International Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Middle East Peace Initiative Ambassador for Peace, 2006 UNESCO Gold Medalist, and International Human Rights Commission honoree. First denied legal aid and then awarded very little funding, leading barristers Randy Gomello, Tony Newman, and Professor Satvinder Jas are now taking the case to the highest courts in the land Baba Guy's claims were strongly supported by Justice Sir Andrew Collin in March 2007, and he will soon receive a full hearing in the High Court. Hindus have been compelled to change their last rites more than any other religious community in Britain. Robbed of their complex spiritual context, Hindu funerals have increasingly become parodies.
We are gathered here to say goodbye to our good friend Thomas. Goodbye, Thomas.
Generic British funerals offer no spiritual diversity, and the average gas cremation costs £3,000, whereas funeral pyres would cost only £500. And with multiple cremations, families can never be sure whose ashes they are taking home.